Sunday night in New York City. Season start delivered to you by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Knicks and the Bulls for the second time in 3 days in the starting lineup. Same starting five for Billy Donovan. He's used. They're 5-0. Meanwhile, this is the first time this season Knicks have had the same starting lineup in back-to-back games because Mitchell Robinson has returned. And once again, will start like he did the other night in Chicago. All right, getting set for this long homestand. Alan, your keys to the game. Find your pace presented by Experience Abu Dhabi.
Well, outbench. Can you outbench them? The Knicks reserves were outscored by 21 on Friday. They need to come into this game with determination and win the bench battle. The driver's ed is also, you got to learn from experience, right? They are the #1 driving team in the league, the Bulls are. You know what they want to do. Keep them out of the paint. And giddy up. Josh Giddey, a catalyst in this high-tempo offense that we talked about. He will push the pace. Get on him. Don't give him any space or any freedom like he had in Chicago. And one thing, Mike, that Giddey said on Friday when they saw the lineup of the two bigs, he said, we wanted to make them run. The Knicks have to be aware of that.
Well, the #1 phrase Knicks fans have been hearing and have been using over the first 5 games is, it's a small sample size. Only 5 of 82, but the Knicks, you would think, would be a little angry about the way, especially the way they started the other night in Chicago, and want to start on a positive note. They're on the 7-game homestand. For the Bulls, this is just their second road game. They won their first in Orlando. Anunoby has the height advantage on Jones. Some help there, but Anunoby sneaks in and slips it over the rim.
Use that mismatch, use his size. Anunoby with a breakout game on Friday. Want to continue it now.
Yeah, had a 26-point game Friday night. Of course, had the 24-point game on opening night and a moving screen called on Okoro.
Brunson looked like a knee into the thigh there, fighting through a screen. Knicks were doing a lot of that in the second half on Friday. That's what Mike Brown said. The second half was a good half for them at both ends of the floor. Want to build off that.
There was a grimace as Brunson ran up the floor. Took a shot. He's trying to flex it over there in the corner. Bridges, 3 consecutive games or 20 or more. He only did that once all of last season. Anunoby up top. Brunson on the drive. Gets past. Flips it up. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound. Vucevic. And Brunson is still wincing as he goes up the floor. Giddey cross court. Buzelis cannot hit. And Towns with a rebound. Towns, although struggling shooting early on, has been a rebounding demon once again. Anunoby can't get it. Little off balance. Buzelis, who did not have a strong game the other night, well defended by Bridges. Last touched by Buzelis.
And early in the game, Jalen Brunson trying to fight through screens. You see right here, knee into the quad, it looks like. And he's trying to shake this thing off and play through it, but you're going to have to run through screens. He's trying to set that tone early.
Towns has Okoro on him, the former Cavalier who they acquired in the offseason for his defense. Bridges catch and shoot. That one off the mark. Knicks, of course, one thing they've accomplished in their early goes, fire up the three-pointers. They're 3rd in the NBA in three-pointers taken per game. 11 more per game than they did last year, 11.5 more.
Need to make a higher percentage as Anunoby gets a steal.
Anunoby, one man to beat, goes right at Buzelis. Made him take a tough shot and couldn't finish. Well defended by Buzelis. Giddey lines up his three-pointer and knocks it down. He has been shooting the three-point ball as well as he ever has. A 33% career three-point shooter before the season. He's at 46%.
Knicks have missed 3 in the paint at the rim so far in this game. Getting good looks, got to put them in.
Bridges spins, turns, draws the foul, shot rolls off the rim. And Buzelis will pick up his first. And Bridges getting to the line. He's done that more this year so far, a lot more than the early part of last year.
It was something he talked about coming into the season, that he wanted to be more aggressive, wanted to get to the line more. Very efficient start to the season for Mikal Bridges, who just feels a lot more comfortable in his second season with the Knicks.
Last 3 games, 20 points, 24 points, and then 23 points the other night against the Bulls in Chicago. And the thing about him, too, is you'd like him to get to the line more because he's a great free throw shooter. He's only missed 2 on the year, 14 of 16.
You're seeing him drive more, and that's how you're going to get to the line.
Vucevic had a big game the other night. Robinson on him. Some old-fashioned big men right now. Vucevic trying to post up. Tough fall-away shot. Well defended. And Brunson able to grab the board. Knicks look to push. Good transition defense from Chicago. Brunson the trailer. Nails the three.
That's Mike Brown basketball. That's exactly what he's looking for.
And Anunoby on Giddey right now. Bridges on Buzelis. Buzelis gets in the paint. Nice feed inside and a foul. Good look from the young man. First foul on Bridges.
And when you're Mike Brown, this is what you're looking for. You want to turn defense to offense. You want to get that rebound and get up the floor. And you try to make sure you don't let their defense get set. You drive, put pressure on the defense. And there's the trailer. The dangerous catch and shoot three from Jalen Brunson.
And you made the point at the top, and Mike Brown talked about it before the game. Clearly, the Knicks trying to get comfortable and learn what he wants from them. But he's also talked about he needs to learn and know the nuances and the intangibles of this squad as well.
It's a team, this is a core that, as we know, has been together for 3 years, and they've had a lot of success regular season and have made playoff runs.
Brunson finds his spot. 2 for 2 from downtown.
And so you want to find the things that work in your system, but also what work for them and these guys, because they've been to a lot of big games.
Giddey, help from Towns, leaves an open three-pointer from the corner. Isaac Okoro, a much improved three-point shooter in his first year here. Alonzo Ball trade, as we mentioned. Robinson sets the screen, and Anunoby dribbles it off Giddey's foot. Shot clock down to 7. And Anunoby on the drive, stolen by Jones. Knicks with their first turnover. Buzelis, nice Euro step. Bridges pokes it away, but Okoro right there to follow. And Bridges upset. He turned and yelled at his teammates, get back.
And Mike Brown is looking at 3 who didn't get back, and he's looking at all 3, and he has talked about accountability, and he continued to say, I'm going to keep telling the truth.
So the discussion with Anunoby and Bridges as they walk off the floor.
Again, the ball goes the other way. Bridges hustling back to try to get a deflection, waiting for someone else to get back, and you see him yelling, come on, we got to play harder than that.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, Mikal Bridges and the Knicks all tied up at 10 with the Bulls. And you know, we're saying, watching him turn and yell, you want to see that right now. You want to see that fight. You want to see that spirit. Absolutely. Because they're not happy with the way they're playing.
Right, and you want to make sure your teammates know. And again, this group, as we've talked about, they've been very connected over the years. They can handle this. Josh Hart enters the game.
Towns hits the three-pointer. Karl Anthony Towns knocks down his first shot. Knicks have hit 3 of their first 4. And back up by 3. Giddey can't get that. Towns grabs another rebound. Makes Giddey so difficult. It's 6'8" point guard. Jalen Brunson misfires that time. Got him leading the break. Giddey, with that size, can see over and see the court so well. Buzelis. Towns picks him up. Ball deflected right back out. Vucevic, his three-pointer was good.
Glad to call that serendipity. Deflected out right to the open shooter.
That is one of his favorite words, by the way.
Mine too.
Towns gets inside, kicks it out, and Anunoby, good open look. That one in and out. Josh Hart chips it and gets the Knicks another possession. Hart immediately makes an impact. Towns way outside and knocks it down. That was several feet beyond the arc.
And that's also a great sign.
The range of today's NBA players is just absurd. As Giddey had it knocked out of his hands, he wanted a foul.
Karl Anthony Towns, when he's feeling it, He has infinite range. And look at this extra effort from Josh Hart to get the extra shot. That's what he does. And Karl-Anthony Towns said, that's what I do.
That's a good 5 feet beyond. 23-9 is what it is from straight ahead.
Is he kissing his fingers there, or do we want to know?
I don't know.
Should I have not asked?
Landry Shamet makes his appearance for the first time. Patrick Williams comes on, as does Kevin Huerter, and Huerter knocks down the 3. Huerter, another of the plays. They made a bunch of deals last year, of course, with the Zach LaVine trade. Huerter in his second year at Chicago, like Trey Jones, like Josh Giddey.
Remember last second half, the Bulls offense, as there's a turnover from Towns.
Towns and Brunson not communicating there. Huerter launches another. Long rebound, knocked out of Shamet's hands, but right to Brunson. Brunson goes right at Huerter, gets inside, using the right hand off the glass. So steady going to the basket. Giddey to Huerter.
They just keep cutting and slashing, and this is their offense, as I was mentioning. Second half last season, their offense really started to show what it could be, but this year the difference is their defense is good.
Even off makes, they push the ball. Hart and Bridges. Hart goes at Okoro, gets inside, whips it out, stolen by Williams. Knicks now with their 3rd turnover. Giddey goes. Okoro deflected and stolen by Brunson. 1 man to beat. It's Huerter, barrels into him, shot blocked, and a goaltend.
How about Brunson clearing the decks? Pushed Huerter into the front row. Gets the deflection, gets the steal, pushing. Watch what he does to Huerter here. Get out of my way. Look at this impact. Knocks him right off the court.
Brunson 10 early points. Giddey finds some space. Rebound Towns. Towns is pursuing rebounds right now. Brunson double team. Hart was open, they couldn't get to him. Now backs up. Fakes, drives in the paint, shot is good, and that's got to feel good for Josh Hart. Obviously struggling shooting. It's complicated because some of it is conditioning, some of it's still getting used to the splint on his finger. As Okoro gets inside and scores.
And with Hart, it's also the adjustment of knowing, and we have seen it now the last 2 playoffs, teams are going to let him shoot. They're going to play off him. He knows it, but instead of settling sometimes for shots, take it into the basket, get closer like he did there.
Towns drives on Vucevic, gets inside as it's stripped out of bounds. Still Nick Ball. 10 to shoot. We'll have some more substitutions. Jalen Smith, Trey Jones coming in. Yabusele also coming in for the first time. Julian Phillips as well for Chicago.
Towns was pleading his case on the drive, felt like he got hit.
A good start though for Karl-Anthony Towns. 6 points, 3 rebounds. Shamet.
Bench time, Mike.
Shamet aggressive, goes inside. Layup is no good. Ball batted out. Bridges comes up with it, finds Brunson. Brunson baseline and foul. He's mad at himself for not putting up a shot, so it's going to be a side out.
But you can see no hesitation to drive, to reach in there, and for the minute he lets it go and hears the whistle, he thinks that should be a free throw. The pace and tempo, Mike, it's all there. What's not there are the finishes. The Knicks have gotten to the rim anytime they've wanted to. The problem is their finishing at the rim has been, in this early part of the game, a struggle.
Inside Shamet. That would have been a highlight play.
Yeah.
Patrick Williams dribbles up, can't hit the 3. Hart goes for the rebound. Knicks talk about increasing the pace. Perhaps nobody better at doing that than Josh Hart. Tied up nicely that time from Phillips. 6 on the 24. Shamet. Hart makes his move. He's got to shoot it. Turns. Jump shot. Off the rim. And Jalen Smith, who had a good game the other night against the Knicks, grabs that one. He can hit the three.
But the Bulls, when their bench comes in, the tempo doesn't stop and their defense goes up a notch.
Brunson likes this matchup. Couldn't get it to go off the glass. Again, the Bulls, the running of the Bulls every possession. Phillips air ball. Knicks looking to push. This a quick tempo, both teams. Brunson already with a dozen. Timeout Chicago as the Knicks go back up by 4. He's playing angry right now.
As he should, but he's also taking what they're giving him, which is anytime he wants to get in the paint and score, he's doing that. Jalen Brunson leading the way. He called the last game unacceptable.
Jalen Brunson off to a magnificent start.
Getting it done from downtown early on. But getting what he wants in this offense. The ball is still in his hands, doesn't have to be as much. But once he gets into rhythm from downtown, then you start to see him attack, softens up the defense. Look what he does to Herter here, moves him out of the way and finishes with the right and drives here with his standard to the left. Jalen Brunson, it is the total package so far here in the first quarter.
Tonight's Chipotle real difference maker. And you see averaging just over 31 a game, shooting well from the field, trying to get going from three-point range. Was 32% before tonight, but he's hit 2 of his first 3. And the Knicks needed a strong start. That first half, they gave up 72 points and were just out-hustled by the Bulls on Friday night in Chicago.
And as I said, we were going to break. He said Friday night, our start was unacceptable. So he's making sure this is a more acceptable start to the game.
Herter comes off his screen, can't get that to go. Yabusele with a rebound. Brunson gets inside, kicks it out in the corner. Deuce McBride, his first shot. Jones looking. And Yabusele reached in. Will commit his first foul. Second team foul for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson will come back in. Played the first 4 minutes. He's playing in just short spurts. He's not going to play big minutes yet. Not going to play back-to-back. But just so important to get him on the floor, not only for his rhythm, but for the team's rhythm with him.
Absolutely. And I feel like his first 4 minutes of this game, the first 3 minutes he played in Chicago, he looked winded. It was his first game. Like he was, you know, the game conditioning is much different than practice. But this, he looked a lot better, a little more stable. Had his legs under him.
He was making Jalen Smith laugh at something when the two were waiting for the ball to be inbound. Robinson is very funny. He's got a great sense of humor. Shot clock at 4. Julian Phillips is going to have to get it off. Nearly slips. And they just get it off in time. Rebound Brunson. Brunson has 4 boards. Trying to draw a foul on Smith there. Nice fake. Goes past Herter off the glass. Nope. Robinson tip misses. Grabs the rebound. Kicks it back out. Shot it. Three-pointer. Got it. Mitchell Robinson. The key to that play. 7-point lead. Herter. Tough shot. Well defended. Herter thought he got hit, though. Brunson, Anunoby. And McBride foul. Herter clapping at the official. That's very close to getting a technical foul. Second foul on Herter. Again, Herter was an excellent pick for them last year. Or pick up, I should say. Well, that's what he does best. Mitchell Robinson. Even Steven Adams called him the best offensive rebounder in the NBA.
And that's highest compliment.
And that was our Buick Exceptional by Design. See your local Buick dealer. And another foul.
Herter's getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, he's not happy. That's 3 fouls in 7 minutes.
But he throws the forearm here into Brunson. And he kind of gives him a look afterwards, but he's out of his head right now with the officiating. Billy Donovan probably needs to get him out of the game and cool him off.
Brunson setting a good screen. You know, a stat I saw, and it's something to do with Vucevic. Vucevic last year led the NBA in setting ball screens.
And setting them.
Right, setting them. Number 1 in the NBA. How many do you think he set per game?
Per game?
Per game. The average came out to 35 a game. That's over 2,500 he set for the season. You get plowed into that many times. That's not easy to do. And like took the shot to Jalen Brunson. They're obviously not all like that, but it just goes to show you that that's an art, that's a skill, and it's also a toughness skill.
Yeah, you build up a callus. What a great block from Robinson.
Jalen Smith, though, on the follow. Robinson was there initially. Knicks up by 7. Brunson, three-pointer, that's good. Jalen Brunson, his 3rd 3 already. He's got 17 points. It's an early Brunson barrage here in the opening period.
Acceptable start for this game, Mike? That's the captain leading the way.
Trey Jones, blocked by Robinson, missed by Williams. Here comes McBride. McBride has Buzelis on him as we wind down here this first quarter. Williams picks up. Brunson drives on Jones. Continues, spins, falling away, puts it up. Shot clock turned off. Knicks do have a foul to give. Buzelis, though, he's going right to the rim. And banks it home. Tough shot for Buzelis with Anunoby all over him. Knicks have time. No fouls to give for Chicago. And Brunson fouled by Jones. Jalen Brunson did a great job making sure there was some contact there, and he's going to shoot free throws.
It's flying up the sideline. Trying to get ahead of him. Look at this here. But when your back's to Jalen Brunson, you're in trouble. And you can see the right hand of Brunson. That's like when I try to get on the subway, Mike.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Doors are closing. Get out of my way.
But Brunson had his right hand in there. That could have been called either way.
Trey Jones wasn't happy about that.
I think the contact from Jones may have come first, but
hip on hip.
Billy Donovan certainly thought it did not. And it appeared that right hand came up. Josh Hart's going to come in for the final 1.9. Get Mitchell Robinson off. Robinson 4 rebounds, 2 blocked shots in 6 minutes.
I love that when fans put out their hand as he's walking to the bench, he daps everybody up. If you offer it up, he's going to give it back. It's a perk sitting courtside here at the Garden.
Knicks from the free throw line here in the first, now 6 for 6. A 19-point first period for Brunson. Buzelis. That'll count, and it goes. And that will end the first. Knicks came out with some tenacity defensively and some great skill level from Jalen Brunson. And there he is. He's glad to be back on the floor and already making an impact. So the Knicks put 34 points up on the board, hit 6 of 10 from three-point range. Most importantly, good tenacity defensively as the Bulls shoot just 33%. After 1 here at the Garden, Knicks up 10. Knicks basketball brought to you by Chase. Thanks, Billy P. Knicks up 10, 34-24. Knicks right back at the Garden tomorrow, Monday, November the 3rd. Knicks and the Wizards. Scan the QR code. Head to Knicks.com to get tickets. What'd you like the most about the first quarter?
I loved Jalen Brunson's aggressiveness right out of the gate. Just looking to score, looking to be aggressive, put pressure on their defense, and setting the tone for his team. Now it's, as Jordan Clarkson takes a foul here, it's the bench now that has been under some scrutiny, that they've got to kind of follow suit. Brunson came in and he threw the first punch. The bench now has to come in and continue it. Play aggressive, play tough. Well, Mike start having some cohesion, chemistry as a bench.
Mike Brown said, we have to give it a little time before I'm too worried about it, but our bench has to play better. Patrick Williams, fouled by Anunoby. And again, we brought up this point on Friday night. Players like Yabusele and Clarkson, let's just take those two because they're the two Knicks.
Yep.
They're playing very limited minutes, 15 minutes per game or less. And last year, they both played in the high 20s. And it's an adjustment for a player to try and come in, make an impact, and get into rhythm in the short amount of minutes.
especially for Clarkson. He's never played under 20 minutes in his entire career. He's used to playing bulk minutes and
over 30 on a number of recent
no doubt.
seasons.
So, and Mike Brown is trying different combinations as well. So that's where also the chemistry experiment is taking place right before our eyes early in the season.
Javon Carter getting into the game. No Ayo Dosunmu, he's not playing tonight. He played really well the other night against the Knicks. Clarkson with 4 to shoot. Steps back and hits the 3. Jordan Clarkson, another long distance bomb. Knicks up a dozen. Jalen Smith is going to try and answer. Towns with his 4th rebound.
And the Bulls not making their threes tonight. 4 of 13 to start the game.
Clarkson on the drive, shut off nicely, turn, shoots off the mark.
Conversely, Knicks struggling in the paint with their shooting.
Oh, Giddey kicks it out wide open as Patrick Williams lines up the seams and nails it.
That's all Giddey though, right? Just downhill into the paint, spray it out, find the shooter.
5 assists already. McBride gets to the corner. Now off the dribble, inside the arc, jump shot, in and out. McBride, of course, missed a week, been away from the team for a couple of games after the death of his grandmother. As Buzelis, the 3-pointer from the corner. Buzelis was quiet the other night. Towns drives and is mauled around the neck. Jalen Smith thought the Towns pushed off when he first started. There was a lot of contact throughout that entire exchange.
It's very common when Towns drives. He does deal with a lot of contact. You see here, Giddey goes for the shoulder. But here's the part that I think Smith was talking about.
See now, he leaned in to block it. Often they look at that when it's anything above the shoulder. But that shouldn't be reviewed in my estimation.
No.
That's not flagrant. Towns hits the free throw.
Oh, he's going for the ball, right? Yeah. Like that's basketball play.
But even if you go for the ball and you clock a guy like that, it's going to happen. But I thought that one, it was the reach in and then the momentum for Towns.
But it's good to see he's got a smile on his face, I'll tell you that. Because in Milwaukee, that wasn't present.
Is it Javon Carter who was talking to him there? Carter, who has not played the first 5 games, again, because of the Sumu out. Carter's a good veteran. He's bounced around the NBA a little bit. Good backup guard. Tough, can make some shots. That's hit number 5. 8-point Knick lead. 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Giddey. Good double team. Still gets off the shot and still knocks it down. McBride quickly up. Anunoby steps back and hits the 3. OG Anunoby is shooting just under 40% from 3-point range. Williams off the bounce, lost it. Clarkson almost grabbed it. Back out to Jalen Smith. And Smith able to hit. He shot 42% from 3 one season when he was with the Pacers. Good ball movement again. And Clarkson fouled. Carter picks up his first.
Clarkson does a lot of things, like when you're a teammate, you're trying to read off of what he's doing, but it's similar. I know Clyde always tells this story about Earl Monroe, the great Pearl, that he didn't know what he was doing. How could I possibly know how to guard him? Because he doesn't know where he's going. And I think sometimes with Clarkson, you're seeing that. He's improvising.
His skill and talent has been, I'm in attack mode. And he's been in attack mode right from the start here tonight. That's his second bucket.
That's vintage Clarkson there, just one-on-one, getting to a bucket.
Carter, nice feed to Smith. Reach and foul. Nice 2-man game there for the Bulls and a chance for a 3-point play.
And you're seeing as the reserves come in, the defense is falling off a little bit. A lot of helping. The Bulls just so active, so it makes it difficult to match up.
Billy Donovan, as we mentioned on Friday night, the class of 2025, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame. What a career he had. Of course, 2 NCAA titles back-to-back. The University of Florida, spent 19 years with the Gators and 5 years, a lot of success with OKC, and now with the Bulls. Bridges in and out. Jalen Smith again. He's just spotting up and knocking him down. Jalen Smith does it again. That's his second three-pointer. He's got 10 points in 7 minutes. And Hart throws it away.
And at some point, as he's making them, you got to say, don't help off him. It seems common, right? But when you watch some of these games, when you watch the NBA, somebody gets hot, turn off the water.
This is his second year of a 3-year deal. Rolls to the rim. Poor defense that time. Mike Brown calls timeout. Giddey with his 8th assist already. And Jalen Smith is the leading scorer for the Bulls with 12.
Karl Anthony Towns hit a couple of threes, including a long one early, and Jalen Smith told him, I could do this too. Spot up and catch, and also cut behind you, the easy dunk, and suddenly we have a game.
Knicks up 1 early second quarter at the Garden. One of the most talented and dedicated workers and members of our MSG Network crew retired last year. That's Mario Sperandino. He's our lead audio guy for decades. He retired last season after 36 years. Now, he has watched and listened to more Knicks games than most of the people out there. But this is his first ever game as a spectator. He has never watched a Knicks game. He's been coming to the Garden for almost 4 decades. He's here with his wife, Linda, and his son, Alec. Mario did it all when he was here. Just one of the great teammates in our business. Always smiling and just so great at his job. I personally think he looks too young to retire. I think he's just getting lazy. But we miss him. And we love him, and we thank him for, again, 36 years of magnificence.
Gave him the opportunity to still listen to the broadcast. He turned it down. I took that personal.
Clarkson has it. Towns against Smith. Gets inside. Boy. Wait, one official had a defensive foul. Kevin Cutler had an offensive foul. The first whistle blew, and then Kevin Cutler blew it after, and they're going to have a discussion. Tennessee Ransom, he's saying it was before that. There's the foul on Smith, and there's the foul on Towns. So that's what they're calling first.
So Towns threw the elbow after the initial foul.
That's old-fashioned NBA low post contact right there. Billy Donovan very upset.
I love how the officials had it out, though. Right, they both had different calls, different looks, had it out, got it over with quick, and right back to basketball.
Smith is first. Bridges trying to get on track, and he got tripped. They call a travel. He tripped over Smith's foot. Now the question was Smith moving at the time? Oh, he never. Oh,
he just stumbled.
My mistake. That's a good call. He just tried to blame it on him.
Right.
Knicks with their 5th turnover. Buzelis rattles that in. Buzelis thought he got fouled. The play has been fairly physical, and officials might have to tighten things up a little bit. Towns goes right at Smith again, and that's going to be the second foul on Smith. And they call it the act of shooting. You like this response from Towns, a good physical, aggressive response.
Absolutely, especially when you consider, look at the floor right now. He's the biggest guy out here, physically, in height, and he should take advantage of it. Draw some fouls, get to the basket, get into a rhythm. Speaking of rhythm, the Bulls struggled with their threes early in the game, but they've hit 5 of their last 6. Smith's been a big part of it, spotting up.
Chicago came in, again, just 5 games in. They were 6th in the NBA in three-point percentage. Okoro and Vucevic come back in. We told the story about Vucevic with the screen setting.
Yeah.
He's 35 years old. and he's in his 15th year. He's been a terrific pro for a long, long time, and he's showing no signs of slowing down.
No question. Very useful. You talked about the screens, and I'm just looking down. Do you see the size? Never mind his quads. Look at his calves.
Yeah.
His calves are the size of most people's quads.
Two-time All-Star, both when he was with the Magic. And a whistle by Kevin Cutler. I think it has to do with the shot clock. Did not start, so they're going to run off 4 seconds. There's Vucevic. He's now in his 6th year with Chicago, 8.5 with Orlando. First year he started his rookie year was with Philadelphia.
But he developed a three-point shot, really transformed his game.
Somehow he became an Eagles fan, too, the 1 year in Philly. I don't understand that.
Nobody in New York would.
As a Giant fan, it's even more difficult. Reach and foul on Josh Hart with 4.4 left on the shot clock. So Hart picks up his first. Knicks with now 4 team fouls with 7:14 remaining. Both teams, as Clyde would say, hacking and whacking here in the second.
Yeah, the game was loose for a while, a lot of up and down, and the Knicks were enjoying it. But this game has slowed down now with a little more physicality.
Right now it's Clarkson, Hart, McBride, and then 2 starters in Bridges and Towns. Hart right now coming off the bench. Carter to Vucevic. Good ball denial here. Okoro gets away though. It's inside. Lefty layup. Missed it. Tipped. And taken by Hart. Hart looks to push. Finds Clarkson. Walks into a 3. It's good. Jordan Clarkson from downtown. Josh Hart pushing the pace. Gave him that open look. 2 threes already for Clarkson. And Vucevic answers right back with his second 3-pointer.
Quick release from the big man right off his toes.
Both teams shooting the 3 ball so well. Knicks are 9 for 13. Now the Bulls 10 of 19. Clarkson off the bounce. Sidestep. Finds McBride. And rattles that one into chance of deuce on the release.
Now it's this end of the floor for the Knicks right now. They've got to tighten up.
Some red-hot long-distance shooting from the Knicks and the Bulls here as we approach the midway point of the second. Trey Jones gets inside, double-teamed. Okoro tries again, can't get that. Towns, good tough rebound in traffic, and Hart is hurt. He's grabbing his left leg. Slow to get up. Another 3. Jordan Clarkson has found his rhythm here tonight. 11 points in 6 minutes. He's 3 for 3 from downtown. Hart now seems to be okay. Buzelis. That was well contested that time from Karl Anthony Towns.
And they had Vucevic on Hart. Didn't go to it.
Dangerous pass from Bridges, and the Knicks turn it over for the 6th time. Bulls only had 3. They only had 9 on Friday night. Clarkson pokes it away, trying to get it. Okoro lost it. Vucevic can't save it. Good defense from Jordan Clarkson, who's having his best minutes as a Knick.
Just great energy from Jordan Clarkson as well. Came into this game, and you just saw he had a different energy about him, a little more focused, locked in, intense, aggressive, taking the lead from Jalen Brunson. Knocks down the 1-3. And if a man's got a hot hand, you find him, and that's what Mikal Bridges did. Jordan Clarkson won the 6th Man of the Year. He is a guy that is a professional scorer off the bench.
He's averaged 15 points per game or more 7 times in his first 11 years, including a high of just under 21 per game. Knicks are 11 of 15 from 3-point range.
Sizzling.
Clarkson lost it, got it back, comes up short. Josh Giddey back in, gets the rebound. Well, that's some pass.
Yeah. One-handed hook around defense. He's got great vision.
He's a fun player to watch.
And probably to play with.
Clarkson again. Hart. Anunoby wide open for 3. Knicks 12 3-pointers already, 12 for 17, and the lead back up to 9.
You're almost surprised when they miss one at this point.
The ball movement, a very big part of that. as Giddey has it. That one a bad pass. 5th turnover for Chicago.
This is, again, when the offense starts to show you what it could be. The potential starts to show with ball movement and open looks. Everybody gets into rhythm.
Brunson back in. Dangerous pass. Brunson now playing with Clarkson. Hart trying to hand it off. 5 on the 24. Finds Anunoby against Patrick Williams. Shot clock winding down. He's got to get it off. Just does in time. And in and out. Thought that was going down. What a tough shot that would have been. Patrick Williams. Josh Hart. Rebound number 4 to go with 2 assists. He has provided a spark off the bench. Anunoby, no hesitation. And Billy Donovan calls timeout. Knicks 12 of 18 from 3-point range. Just under 3.5 remaining in the first half. Knicks up 9. Nick lead, just under 3.5 remaining here in the second. Scan the QR code to download the official Knicks app. Stay on top of all your Knicks needs. Manage tickets, get access to app exclusive sweepstakes, content, Knicks merchandise, and more. All on the Knicks app, presented by Experience Abu Dhabi. All right, trivia question time. Of course, brought to you by Cadillac. Mitchell Robinson, the longest tenured Knick in his 8th consecutive season with the Knicks. Prior to Robinson, who's the last Knick to play in 8 straight seasons? That's a good question.
I was just looking at this the other day, and of course, I don't remember it. Well, but it's a very good one.
First thing I was thinking, Carmelo Anthony, but he was not 8. He didn't get to 8. I think he was at 7. That's a good question.
Yeah, very good.
Trey Jones inside, well defended by Hart to help out. And Jones able to get the bucket, his first field goal.
A rare 2 for either team.
Clarkson, not that time, getting the rebound. Clarkson now 3 of 5 from long distance. Giddey finds his spot. Can't hit it. Anunoby grabs the rebound. Knicks +6 on the boards. Nice feed inside. Anunoby, the beneficiary. Jalen Brunson, 19 points. That's his first assist. And Mitchell Robinson called for a reach-in.
You can see Chicago is not settling now from 3. They're going to the basket, but the Knicks continue to try to find the open man, and that's all just pressure from Brunson on the defense and constant movement as OG cuts and finds himself a lane for 2. And as I said, rare 2. Mike, the first 29 shots of the second quarter, 19 of them were from 3 combined for both teams.
And knocking him down is Giddey. Giddey, of course, from Australia. I'm asking him, what's the biggest myth about Australia? And he says, he said that people think kangaroos are everywhere.
They're not?
But people ask him that all the time. Oh, really? Kangaroos? Really? He said, no, that's not.
But koalas. So koalas everywhere? I've never been.
Oh, just what a beautiful place. That replay, by the way, brought to you by Motorola Razr. Spent about a month in Sydney during the Olympics years ago. Yeah. Everybody's just so
No
friendly.
kangaroos there during the Olympics either?
I did not see a kangaroo. I saw Howie Singer and Spencer Julian. Karl Anthony Towns gets inside, doesn't get the bounce, fight down low. And Buzelis comes out of the pack. Here comes Josh Giddey. The spin move, Clarkson stays with him, but Giddey just too big.
Knicks at the rim. They're finishing at a very low rate for the amount of looks they're getting at the rim in this first half.
Brunson goes at Vucevic. Little hesitation, brings it back out, finds Clarkson. Clarkson inside, passed up what looked like a layup, gave it to Bridges, who can't hit. And Vucevic with a rebound. Knicks have led by as many as 12. Buzelis falls down and a travel. Bridges got the chair out from underneath him. Ellis was expecting contact on the spin move.
Malik Rose move.
Brunson brings it up. Our director, Howie Singer, reminds us Rick Mahorn was one of the first to do that.
McFilthy and McNasty.
Towns to Hart, and Hart the finish, and goes down hard as he took a foul. But again, you see the difference when Josh Hart is active, provides a spark. Nice feed here from Karl Anthony Towns.
The ball finds energy phrase that we've been using in the NBA for the last 20 years. And that's exactly Josh Hart. When he plays with energy, he's a difference maker that you don't often see in the box score. Especially when he's with the starters, it just looks different.
Led the NBA in 2 categories last year. Number 1, minutes per game. Number 2, loose balls recovered.
That sounds about right. And intake of Mike and Ike's led the league as well.
8-point Nick Lee as we approach a minute remaining. Jones had a lot of space. And Jones able to connect. Jones a very good 3-point shooter. Doesn't take a lot of them, but he's 6 for 9 on the season. 5-point game.
7 of 12 from 3 in this quarter.
Bridges, the extra pass. Anunoby gets inside, and Williams with the foul. You love that, and that's what the ball movement does. And all of a sudden now the defense has to come running out.
And the aggressive take too. You got them off balance, and you go all the way to the basket. A good quick pass there. And he doesn't hesitate. Just go right at the rim.
Williams, his 2nd foul. And Anunoby in double figures with 11. Towns 10. Brunson 19. And Clarkson 11. Knicks had 3 20-point scores. Actually, 4 20-point scores the other night.
Now Anunoby picking up Giddey, bringing him up the floor. So
good screen set by Jones. Giddey again just using his height and having his way. He is such a tough cover.
Well, it's not just the height, Mike. It's he doesn't look like he'd be a powerful player, but he's got a lot of strength in the lower body. And that's what he did with once Bridges got on him. Just bumped him right off.
He's got 11 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and we're in the 2nd quarter. He has 3 career triple-doubles against the Knicks. Hart, corner 3. It's good. How good does that feel for Josh Hart? Final seconds. Knicks do not have a foul to give. Double team. Jones goes inside, kicks it out. Williams lines that up and can't hit. And that ends the first half. Knicks shoot 13 of 21. Josh Hart a spark off the bench, as was Jordan Clarkson. And Jalen Brunson got it going with a big first quarter. Coming up, the halftime report sponsored by Verizon. 2 quarters complete. A different Knick team tonight than what we saw Friday in the first half. 8-point advantage after 2.
Knicks basketball is presented by Chase. It is time now for the assistant coach interview. I'm Alan Hahn here courtside with Brendan O'Connor, the assistant coach, and let's start with Jalen Brunson, who started this game off. As you heard him say after Friday's game, that was an unacceptable start. This was far more acceptable. What was it that he was doing?
I mean, you know, he's taking everybody on his shoulders and just trying to get a win. That's all he's doing. He's attacking the basket, scoring the ball, but also finding guys with some sprays.
And Josh Giddey, he's close to another triple-double. It's really amazing the numbers he can put up. What makes him so tough to stop?
I mean, he just has a great pace about him. He's able to go at his speed. He's a hard guy to speed up. We got to do a better job getting underneath him and speeding him up a little bit.
All right, thanks very much, Coach. And Mike, 25 bench points for the Knicks. That already outscores the entire game from the bench production on Friday.
Thank you, Alan Hahn. They had 21 on Friday night, 25. Clarkson leading the way with 11. Josh Hart, though, again, the spark that we saw last year. Brunson fires away, can't hit the three. Mitchell Robinson bats it off the backboard. Bridges gets it. Robinson fell down. Brunson tries again, and Robinson's hobbling.
Right ankle.
Pass inside, Okoro banks it in, and Mike Brown wants to get him off the floor. Because he's so active on the boards, ankle sprains. I'm always surprised in an NBA game how there are not more ankle sprains with all that stuff that goes on. Now, the left ankle was the one that he had surgically repaired. It's not that one. Let's watch here. Looked like, was it on the back of Giddey's foot?
It looked like it landed on his foot, on the toe.
They'll quickly attend to him, and then we'll be right back. 68-62. Mitchell Robinson has gone back to the locker room, but he seemed to be okay. Again, obviously there's a little limp that he's running it off. Doesn't seem to be serious. It's one of those things that happens in the NBA all the time. Watch his right foot land on the back of the foot of Josh Giddey right there, and turned it, hobble it around. Didn't get any word, but he seemed to be okay. Now they got him off the floor right away. Deuce McBride quickly comes in. Jalen Brunson had 19 points in the first quarter. Did not take a shot in the second quarter, and the Knicks increased the lead. Brunson takes a shot there, knocks down his fourth three-pointer of the game. Vucevic answers right back. By the way, that Brunson last shot they counted as a 2. So the Knicks lead is just 5. Lobs it to Bridges, back out McBride. Brunson against the center, steps back, lines it up, in and out. Towns a rebound, put back, missed it, got it again, stripped, but foul by Okoro. Second foul on Okoro. Knicks will have it side out. Well, they're going to give him 2 shots.
Going back up.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe following his own as he missed. He had an easy layup. See him go up here. When he goes and gets it, going, well,
it was close. I agree with you though on seeing the replay.
Looked like a gather.
Right, I know I'm going to take abuse, but the Knicks are perfect from the free throw line right now. They're 14 for 14. But that's my job. I'm supposed to say what they're shooting from the free throw line.
I don't believe in the broadcaster.
I don't either.
My wife does, though. She gets very upset.
Towns has 12 points, 9 rebounds.
You're off the hook.
Giddey. Vucevic, good passing there. Jones gets inside. And a travel. He came down before he got released the pass. Again, good interior defense.
Knicks took away all the passing options. And by the time he got to the 4th option, he was already back down on the ground. Gravity worked against him.
Bridges against Buzelis. McBride pulls up. That's going to be short. Vucevic, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Another solid game for him. Giddey, meanwhile, is 3 rebounds shy of a triple-double. It's inside. Threw it behind Buzelis. Lob to Anunoby. Anunoby down a lane and the flush. Good defense. Turning the offense, and Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Knicks back up by 9. Turnover number 8 for Chicago. Our full court support presented by Tommy John.
Defense to offense again. The 8th turnover, and the Knicks turning it into offense. OG Anunoby getting out on the open floor for the easy finish, and the 2, and the Knicks taking a 9-point lead.
Well, Knicks fans, shop for the latest merchandise to represent the team all season long. Scan the QR code to head to Knicks.com to start shopping. Sellout crowd tonight at the Garden. Mitchell Robinson back on the bench. A good sign after landing on the foot or heel of Josh Giddey. Stretching that right ankle. Trey Jones gets it side up to Giddey. Giddey lines it's like a shot put. It's been effective, not that time.
See, the Knicks are really trying to take the pain away and will recover to the spray threes as best they can. But the Bulls have been knocking it down. They had a huge second quarter from three, but taking the pain away is their first priority.
Towns gets into the paint using the left hand, comes up short, tips it to McBride, back out Bridges, and Anunoby fouled by Okoro. Second team foul. Patrick Williams is going to check in. Okoro picks up foul number 3. Uzelis, 8 points, 3 boards. Knicks did a good job on him the other night. He's a very talented young player.
He's had some big games early in the season.
Brunson trying to get away from the double team. Finds Towns to Bridges. Good extra pass. Results in a 3. That's the first field goal for Mikal Bridges, who's been the most consistent scorer in terms of from 1 through 5. But that's just his first 3 and his first field goal. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's been the top scorer. Giddey floats it up and in. Towns has played a nice all-around game as Anunoby gets inside, finds Bridges. Oh, sweet move. And again, good unselfish heads-up basketball.
I'm glad you said that about Towns. He only has 6 field goal attempts, but that doesn't matter because he still has had an impact on this game.
Giddey giving him some room. Can't hit. Vucevic grabs the board. Jones, the runner, is good. Trey Jones and his brother Tice, they're just good point guards.
Yeah.
And Vucevic, his first foul, 3rd team foul. Shot won't count. Kevin Huerter back in.
Both teams just doing the same things, it seems like. The Knicks do a lot more dribble handoff, but the Bulls are putting you in pick and roll. And when you mentioned about Vucevic and how many screens he sets, it just got into my head, and I've watched it, and it's almost every single possession he's setting a screen for someone, and generally leads to someone getting open enough to start a downhill drive.
35 per game is the average.
Just
Brunson, Towns down the lane. Karl Anthony Towns with some power. And this back up to 12, equaling the largest lead of the game. Patrick Williams goes at Towns. Giddey, good entry pass to Vucevic, kicks it back out. Williams spotting up, hits a 3.
better hit that. Vucevic had a layup if he wanted it.
Brunson kicks it out. Hart left open. Can't get it. Chases his own rebound. Back to Brunson. Brunson tries. That's a 3. Timeout, Chicago. Knicks back up a dozen, 24 for Jalen Brunson. Another offensive rebound for Josh Hart.
That's what Billy Donovan's frustrated about. The Knicks' energy is just better. As you saw, Josh Hart missed the shot, but the shooter knows. Went and got his rebound, kicked it out, found the hot hand. Jalen Brunson with his 4th 3 of the game.
Just over 5 minutes gone by. 3rd quarter here at the Garden. Jalen Brunson leading all scorers with 24. As the Knicks are up a dozen, and Josh Hart only played 15 minutes the other night, still working his way back into condition, having that Josh Hart type impact.
And you know, even with the limited minutes, when you look at his per 100 possessions this season so far, it's on point with what he has done in the last 3 seasons as a Knick.
Giddey to Vucevic. Hart, steal, pushes, Shamet. Anunoby on the drive. Hart sees an opening, drives inside, layup won't go, gets his own rebound again, knocked out of his hands.
He wants the challenge.
And Mike Brown, you've got to do it a little quicker than you've had in the past because the officials are not supposed to wait unless it's the last 2 minutes of each period.
Which is right. But you have to be quick with the decision. The Knicks were very good on challenges last season.
As coaches are trying to figure out a way, and sometimes the officials, and they were doing it out of courtesy. Let's see.
Oh, off the knee.
Yep.
Looks like it's off Herter's knee.
The coach's challenge brought to you by Sprite. And that's what it appears.
Does he touch it again there?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now the officials, this started yesterday. The officials are wearing earpieces, so it's a quicker communication with the replay center. It's something that they're trying out. They did it in the Summer League. They did it in the G League. And what they do is when the timeout comes, they put the earpiece in so they can directly talk to the replay center. Eventually, they hope to let them wear it during the course of the entire game. But right now, it's only when the ball is dead.
Now, how, as we watch it here, it looks clearly off. Now, yeah, it doesn't hit Josh's thumb.
No.
So that looks like it's clearly off Herter. Now, Mike, I'm curious because I saw that come January, they're going to wear it throughout the entire game and can communicate throughout the game. So how is that exactly going to work? Is that in the middle of, if you see something, do you communicate? Can you run that back and check that? Like, is it going to be something along those lines, or is the replay center are they going to say something to the official about something they saw in the game?
It's both communications between the officials on the floor,
mutual,
but back at the replay center as well. So anything to help speed up the replay process is a good thing.
So we won't be turning the monitor around and watching that back anymore. They'll handle that somewhere else.
Yeah, I want to look. Does anybody have any of the football games on there? No, it's only
Sunday Night Football.
It's only NBA. They do such great work back there.
The Knicks are there on the top left, and they're running that back a few times from a different angle.
This should have been taken care of already. Yeah.
You said it would be faster, Mike.
Well, I guess they're working out the kinks on this one. All right, guys. Here we go. Even Matt Myers is laughing. That's Tennessee Ransom is the referee, Matt Myers the umpire, and Kevin Cutler the crew chief.
Shouldn't there be a time limit? Because if you can't see it within a certain amount of time, then just the call on the floor stands.
Well, there's supposed to be a 2-minute limit, but it even says in the rule book, unless you have to go longer. So
there isn't a time limit. I mean, like,
after review, the ruling on the floor stands. It is inconclusive evidence to overturn the ball. New York will lose their ability to challenge and their timeout.
See, now to me there was conclusive evidence.
Well, they had a different angle that they were showing in the replay center as we were showing it, and so that's something that they must have seen that made it inconclusive. And I feel like as a fan, I'd rather let's just keep playing. If you can't see it in 500 replay, let's keep it moving.
Go with the original call.
Yeah.
All right, so the Knicks lose their challenge. Billy Donovan still has his challenge.
But it doesn't take away from Josh Hart's hustle and the impact he's had on this game. His energy is much different in this game.
Anunoby trying to stay with Giddey. He goes coast to coast and banks it in. Anunoby was on his hip the entire time.
Listen, he's 23. He's playing at an all-star level.
Dangerous pass, but Hart right there to pick it up. Towns bumped and foul. That's going to be Giddey's second personal. Shot won't count.
He's smiling a lot more. Josh Giddey, 6'8". He's stronger than he looks, and you see him just continue on that right hand. Yeah, hand fighting while dribbling a basketball. and he just makes a casual layup against one of the top defenders in the league.
See, now on that play, I like that's marginal contact. They're going down.
Mitchell Robinson back in the game is a great sign.
Yep. And if you're just tuning in, Robinson came down for a rebound and landed on the heel of Josh Giddey, turned his right ankle, not the surgically repaired one, and had to go back to the locker room. Herder back in. Brunson gets in the paint. Floater's good. 26 for Jalen Brunson.
Brunson on Herder. Mike Brown calls that lunch meat.
Jones can't hit. Hart, another rebound. That's 6 in 15 minutes. And foul by Vucevic as Vucevic picks up his second. They're in the penalty with 5:37 remaining.
His fingerprints are all over this game, Mike. He's 3 of 5, 8.6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal,
7 grimaces. Our Cadillac Trivia answer: Mitchell Robinson playing his 8th consecutive season with the Knicks. Prior to Robinson, who's the last one to play in 8 straight seasons? It's got to be one of 2 guys. It's either Allen Houston or Kurt Thomas. And the answer is Allen Houston.
H2O.
How many? Didn't Kurt Thomas play that many?
It's not consecutive.
Oh, right. Yeah, Allen here.
He did come back in the 2012-13 season. But it's the 8 straight seasons is the 4th longest in franchise history. Now, there's a lot of players who have done it, but still.
Allen still looks great. I like the little salt and pepper there in the hair.
He can still play. Looks like it, doesn't he?
Giddey passed up the shot. Hart is guarding Vucevic, the 7-footer. Makes him pass it out to Jones. Shot clock at 4. Inside. That's a sweet move from Trey Jones.
That's a tough finish.
Brunson. Hart swings it. Shamet off the bounce. Pull-up jumper. Won't go. Robinson can't get it to fall. He falls. Patrick Williams the other way. Jones through the hands. Ball still loose. And Giddey comes out of the pack. Good second effort from a number of different players. Jones the drive, goes inside. Oh, what a shot from Jones with Robinson right there. Back to a 10-point game. 4.5 to play in the third. You know, we're talking about a small shot clock down to 6. Get to that in a moment. Robinson. Hands off Shamet. Shamet. Hart. Hart drives inside. Layup is good as the shot clock expires. Josh Hart, a terrific game. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Vucevic, stolen by Brunson. Finds Bridges, pulls up. Knocks down the 3. Defense to offense, and the largest lead of the game.
Jalen Brunson with the swipe. And Bridges with the great finish, pulling up from 3 on a fast break.
Shamet with the foul.
Look at watch Brunson come in here, just right in there on the big man. Just take the dribble away, and then you look at him, looking out of the corner of his eyes. He knows. His Wildcat waiting for it, pulling up from 3 on a fast break. Knicks, the 3-point shot has been an absolute weapon in this game, and that's good to see. The Knicks had been struggling from 3 to start this season.
Look at those 3-point numbers. Bridges, by the way, only had 2 points at halftime. He has 8 here in the third quarter.
That's the definition of a team where during moments of the game, everybody does something to contribute to winning.
Herder. Nice backdoor cut. Knicks have 6 players in double figures as they lead by 13.
They also have 20 fast break points in this game so far, and there's still another quarter to play.
Bridges, nice defense from Patrick Williams. Williams barrels in, a little out of control.
And Brunson feels like he had the ball.
But instead, he picks up his first foul. Knicks again they're out of challenges. Matt Myers patiently listening. Fans enjoying.
You can see the smile.
Dialogue.
but from the opening tip, Jalen Brunson has set a tone in this game, has he not? He's got an edge to him in this game right from the beginning. As the crowd sees the replay, and they want to agree with the captain.
You know, the initial grab of the ball was clean.
Jarred it loose. Once the ball's loose, though, is it still, isn't it fair game at that point, or is it
right? Like if you come down and slap the ball out of the player's hands and then
make contact,
it's not considered a foul.
Right. That's what I figured, and I think that's what he was trying to say. Is I knocked the ball loose. At that point, I'm clean now.
Robinson sits down. Mitchell Robinson, 12 minutes, 5 rebounds, couple of blocked shots. McBride, Hart, Bridges, Towns, and Anunoby. Bridges cross court. McBride trying to get on track and does with a three-pointer.
Well, he needed that. Started out 1 for 4. A lot of balance in the box score for the Knicks.
This is incredible three-point shooting tonight. Herter pulls back. Up top to Jones. Jalen Smith trying to get it down low. McBride was posted eyeing him. Jones gets inside, goes up, shot blocked by Towns. Great help defense there. Bridges comes the other way. Josh Hart, the spin. Josh Hart, the layup, banks it home. And a 16-point lead, largest of the night. Josh Hart, a spark once again. Jones. Buzelis with 7 to shoot. Lines that up. And that's an important bucket for the Bulls. Buzelis now 11 points.
Knicks looking to get 100 before the fourth quarter.
Mikal Bridges up top. Anunoby for 3. Puts it in. 18 for 30 from downtown. That's 60%. Herter trying. Cross court to Patrick Williams. Williams goes, pulls up. Jump shot. Nice. Nice little roll for Williams. He's got 11 points off the bench. Towns drives, goes hard inside, and draws another foul.
The Knicks' effort has been at this end of the floor where they knew they were not good enough on Friday night. But they came into this game with a much different attitude on the defensive end. Look at the extra help there from Karl-Anthony Towns. And Josh Hart with the finish there. He's got 14 off the bench. The Knicks bench has 34 points through 3 quarters already. OG Anunoby, another strong game from him. That's his 3rd 3. He's got 17. And Mike, the scoring balance in the box score. I mentioned the 34 off the bench, but you've got 6 players in double figures.
By the way, Clarkson, one of them. Clarkson has not played yet in the second half. In the first half, played 10 minutes, had 11 points, 3 threes. A big part of the first half success.
I knew it was going to go that way at some point.
Towns doing a little bit of everything. Played tough down low. Getting to the free throw line.
And this will be his 8th free throw attempt.
Anunoby and Giddey having an enjoyable conversation out there. Knicks remain perfect from the line, 19 for 19.
I'm glad you waited this time.
The Bulls have only taken 9 free throws. And it's a 16-point advantage coming up on a minute left here in the third. Josh Giddey up top, deflected by Anunoby, and throws it down. It looked like he pushed Trey Jones. He may have gotten away with one, but OG Anunoby's demonic defense gets an easy bucket. He's got 19.
And 2 steals.
Okoro brings it back out. Knicks have scored 37 points already here in the quarter. Okoro blocked by Towns. His 2nd rejection. 7 on the 24. Giddey shoots over McBride and drops it in.
Wow.
Man, he is just playing with such confidence.
That's exactly the word. He's found a home.
Deuce McBride pulls up high, arcing shot won't go. Perhaps a 2-for-1 there. As Giddey comes the other way, deflected by Shamet, finds its way to Jones. Jones spins, try to jam it in there, and it'll go the other way. That was not a good decision that time. Unlike Jones, who's always one of the leaders in assist-to-turnover ratio.
Jalen Brunson going to get in here for a last possession, but watch OG Anunoby here with just a deflection, something he is masterful at, and of course steals and the finish, and we'll look away at the push in the back. It's very light.
Had an excellent game the other night, scoring-wise, 26 on Friday in Chicago, 19 more tonight.
One of the stocks leaders in the NBA, steals and blocks.
Shot clock turned off, no foul to give. Brunson gets inside, kicks it out. Bridges puts it up. Won't go. Towns tip misses. And a strong third quarter comes to an end. Knicks getting contributions up and down the roster tonight as they try and snap this 3-game losing streak. Starting off a 7-game homestand. We head to the fourth quarter here at the Garden. Knicks with a 16-point lead. $105.89. Knicks basketball brought to you by Chase as we head to the fourth. Celebrity Row presented by Motorola Razr. Stephon Marbury, a frequent visitor once again at Madison Square Garden. And Nate Robinson's here. Good to see Nate feeling healthy. Victor Cruz always here. Scott Sherrard from Little Feat, one of the all-time great bands. Ben Stiller and his wife Christine Taylor sitting courtside. Love their Knicks. Aubrey Plaza got a huge hand before. Billy Baldwin. Stephen Guttenberg. Andrew McCarthy. And Sarah Snook. All here enjoying the Knicks playing some good basketball now.
Wanted to see Victor Cruz do a little salsa dance.
Shamet, McBride, Anunoby, Towns, and Clarkson in. Good ball denial from Javon Carter. Towns drives. Shot clock winding down. Anunoby can't get it. Hurt of the rebound. Here comes Josh Giddey. Beautiful pass inside to Okoro. That's assist number 11.
His vision is he's really coming into his own.
He had 10 assists against the Knicks Friday night. Make that 9 assists. Clarkson gets it to go. Jordan Clarkson, 13 points in 11 minutes.
And just looking for his shot every time he gets the ball.
Okoro couldn't get it to fall.
Towns with a double-double.
McBride searching for an opening. OG Anunoby goes at Giddey. Shot clock at 5. Clarkson, scoop layup. Jordan Clarkson having a night here at the Garden. This is exactly what he needed, a little confidence boost as Javon Carter can't hit. Clarkson so wanted to play here, was so excited to be a part of the Knicks. And you could tell he was pressing a bit early. Not tonight. Towns can't finish as he goes crashing into the camera and photographers. He's okay though. But it's a 5-on-4, leaving Okoro open for the three-pointer. Okoro with 14. The Bulls have 7 players in double figures. The entire starting 5. Remember, they were without Kobe White, who was one of their top scorers.
And Ayo Dosunmu's not playing tonight. He had 22 off the bench.
Yep. Shot it off the bench. Knocks that one down. His second three-pointer.
The Bulls missing his scoring off the bench.
And Zach Collins out for them as well.
The Knicks getting a ton of scoring now off the bench. And they always say bench players, they're more comfortable at home. They play better at home, and you're getting it right now.
Giddey, left-handed, can't get it. Ball batted away from Jalen Smith. McBride Good transition defense by Chicago, but Shamet left open three, puts it in. Landry Shamet 3 for 3 from downtown, and the newest, largest lead of the game. A 21-point advantage. Knicks are 20 of 34 from three-point range.
Landry Shamet wide open, release, rotation, splash. 20 three-pointers by the Knicks so far tonight.
Two and a half gone by, fourth quarter near the Garden. In a game that starts a 7-game homestand. Yeah, the Knicks in control right now. And now, you know, the first 5 games, Knicks had some stretches where they looked really impressive. They had some stretches, or a lot of them, where they looked very unimpressive. But tonight, without question, the most consistent performance.
Looking for the 48-minute performance, and that's what you've gotten so far. We still got to get to 48 minutes, but it's looking good as the Knicks get another steal. Yes.
Boy, Clarkson showing some hustle. Clarkson's done more than just knock down shots tonight. He's just been a part of a lot in there. As Anunoby gets inside, can't get it to finish. And Vucevic starts the fast break. Giddey, three-pointer, barely grazes anything, and the crowd delighting.
You know, Mike Brown said we're facing some adversity, and he's curious to see how they respond. This is how you respond.
Well, as you said at the top, that's what this team has been about.
Right.
This Knicks team has been a very gritty, resilient team the last several years.
And Mike Brown seems to be adjusting too. He's playing primarily a 9-man rotation here. Yabusele played 2 minutes in the first half, but that's it.
Karl Anthony Towns drives in and finishes strong. The lead up down to 23. Kevin Huerter can't get it. Giddey gets the rebound. Huerter's going to try again. That won't go. Towns the rebound. Shamet, Clarkson, three-pointer.
No hesitation, though. It's a good look. Take it.
Shamet tries to dive and save it. And again, the Knicks' tenacity defensively, forcing turnovers. That's number 15 for Chicago. They only had 9 the other night on Friday.
They've got an edge about them in this game on both ends of the floor.
Deuce McBride, the finish with the left hand. Everybody getting into the act. Jones to Vucevic. And the soft touch from the big man. Towns. Drive, finishes. Karl Anthony Towns has played a superb game. He's had bigger stats, but in terms of a little bit of everything, as McBride fouls Giddey. 20 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, couple of blocks.
And he's come a long way, Mike, from that third quarter in Milwaukee, where he even admitted he was in his own head about field goal attempts and his impact on the game. And the team was trying to tell him, you can make your impact in different ways. In some games, it's not your shot. It's not your day. So you can do all the little things, but stay aggressive. And that's what I think he did consistently in this game, on the boards, defensively, and driving to the basket.
And he gets a nice ovation as he comes out. Robinson back in. Giddey the turn. Giddey banks it home. Giddey has his triple-double. It's his 4th triple-double here at the Garden.
Wow.
And his 19th of his career. 19 points, 11 assists, 10 rebounds. Josh Hart. Hart now 5 of 9. He's even shot the ball well tonight. Hit a three-pointer earlier. Buzelis, the quick release. And it's back to 21. Or 20, excuse me. McBride in and out.
Look at that. Look at that effort.
Herder has it. Hawthorne got hit. Bulls still fighting. Still over 6 minutes remaining. Clarkson sticks with Jones. Difficult shot. Vucevic, second effort. And Mike Brown wants a timeout. Well, Knicks led by as many as 25. Chicago wants to get a run in here. An 18-point Knick lead halfway through the fourth. Knicks up 18 here in the fourth. Time for our energizing play, which is presented by C4 Energy.
And Josh Hart's talked about how he's had to make the biggest adjustment of anyone on the team because he's used to being a starter, playing starters minutes. And now his role has changed. He's coming off the bench. His minutes are lower, but you know what? He can still bring the energy, that same energy in those minutes that he's getting. And in fact, he could probably bring even more energy if he's not having to play 37 minutes a night. You're seeing the full Josh Hart effect on a game.
Well, we've watched since he was acquired from New Orleans that night in and night out, he simply impacts winning.
Right. We learned that about him quickly. And that's the beauty of the NBA, is that there are players who can impact winning without averaging 20 a game, without having big scoring nights, by doing all the little things like we saw him dive into the first row to try to get to an offensive rebound. Just the extra effort that not everybody has the instinct to give.
Brunson at three. Rebound. Herder. Quick outlet. Giddey. Boy, Giddey for a guy 6'8". He moves quickly with that ball. A great handle. Vucevic off the bounce. Nearly stripped. Gets it back. Then lays it up and in. Bulls fighting back here. They've cut 9 points off what was a 25-point lead.
So you got to stay with this because they can score quickly on you. We saw a 10-2 run in 1 minute in the second quarter.
Clarkson. Clarkson gets inside, tried to Euro step, nearly lost it, got it to Brunson, shot clock at 5. Brunson, the spin move, shot blocked, but a foul.
Houdini. Or maybe David Blaine for the younger audience. This is quite like, this is an escape move. Watch this. Now he's trapped, right? He's got nowhere to go. Now you see me, now you don't. With the shot clock winding down, his ability to create something like that is unbelievable.
His deception ability.
And his calm. Like, he doesn't speed himself up just because he knows the clock is ticking.
He's got 27 points now. This is his 4th year now with the Knicks.
Does it feel like 10? Feels like he's been here forever.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He spent 4 years with Dallas. A franchise-changing player. 28 for Jalen Brunson. Knicks 21 for 21 from the free throw line with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth.
You're just going to keep doing it, aren't you?
The lead is 18. A whistle and a foul. Trey Jones, good drive. Brunson picks up number 2. .502 remaining.
And before the game, when we talked, you asked me, you know, what's missing from the Knicks? What is something that needs to be fixed? And I said that their chemistry, right, on court, that continuity we were so used to. Watching the players interacting on the court during timeouts. Even in the one instance where Mikal Bridges called out some teammates for not running down the floor hard early in the game. That was the last time that happened in this game, Mike. That's continuity, that's chemistry.
It just showed that Knicks came out with fight and spirit.
Yep.
They did not on Friday night. Dangerous pass. Hart tried to save it. Knicks getting a little sloppy. Knicks trying to say, I think he felt it was kick. Still 4:47 remaining. There's a lot of time. Buzelis goes right at Clarkson. See if they call it in the act of shooting. Brazil is a little shaken up. It's going to be side out. Clarkson picks up his second foul. And Anunoby's going to come back in. And Clarkson will sit. A good 18 minutes for Jordan Clarkson. 15 points, a couple of assists. Gets a nice ovation.
As he should. On the floor right now, last year's starting five.
Herter gets inside. Giddey lines it up. Cannot hit the three. The tip misses. Josh Hart pulls down his 8th rebound. And Anunoby. Knicks from three-point range tonight, 20 of 38. That's 53%. Vucevic unable to hit. He'll go down the other way with 4:08 remaining.
Now you want to play fast, but Mike, at what point do you kind of have to, all right, look at the clock, look at the lead, know this is a team that can score quickly. Do you keep playing fast? That was a quick three that was taken there on that last possession.
We're just trying to stay in a flow right now as Bridges up top. Hart and Anunoby goes inside, stripped by Herter. Good defensive play. And Anunoby thought he got hit.
See the swipe down here. Lucky doesn't hit his leg. So they keep possession.
Patrick Williams will come in. Knicks also did a good job taking care of the ball. Just 9 turnovers tonight.
They only had 12 on Friday, but it was they had to pay for almost every one of them.
Led to 25 points.
Yeah.
4 on the shot clock. Brunson's going to try a three-pointer. Trey Jones.
Boy, Hart got to that, almost made it a turnover.
Coming up on 3.5 remaining. Patrick Williams. Towns, nice outlet, and Anunoby, perfect pass, and the finish. Full-length assist for Karl Anthony Towns. His 5th assist of the night. Jones inside, nice scoop layup. Jones with 15 points. Knicks, by the way, 31 assists. Ten different players with an assist tonight. Josh Hart. Giddey to rebound. Jones running. Anunoby got a piece of it.
And that's the difference from earlier in the game when not everybody got back on defense. Anunoby chasing down, makes the block.
By the way, like Mikal Bridges, only 10 points tonight. He's got 9 assists. Brunson throws it up, can't get it to fall. Giddey pushing. Right at Bridges, left-handed. He does it with the left hand to the right hand. Giddey 21 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists.
Everybody clap your hands.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Bad pass. Giddey picks it up. Bulls still fighting. And they make it a 12-point game and make Mike Brown have to call a timeout. 125-113. Knicks led by as many as 25. Chicago still fighting. Just over 2 minutes remaining from the Knicks ending their 3-game losing streak. They'll play again tomorrow night, right back here at the Garden. Washington Wizards. Coverage begins at 7 with Knicks game night, followed by tip-off a little shortly after 7:30 on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. Karl Anthony Towns, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists. Jalen Brunson, 28 points. Josh Hart, 14 points, 8 rebounds. A total team effort tonight. And I mentioned that Mikal Bridges, 9 assists. That ties his career high. Brunson searching, gets inside, layup, count it, and a foul. Another 30-point game for Jalen Brunson, his 4th in the first 6 games.
An aggressive, determined drive here. Knew he needed a good possession. Vucevic got him right across the neck, and Brunson slamming down. Look at a drink. They got to clean up on aisle 1.
He came right out at 19 points in that first quarter. You said that at the time, Alex. Just like the way they played Friday night, they weren't happy. You go 0 for 3 on the trip. And this is exactly the type of way you wanted to see them respond.
Right. And it's what a captain does too, right? It's what a leader does. That first quarter, tone-setting performance, being aggressive, attacking. Little grit in his game at both ends of the floor. We saw him get a couple of steals early. That's just what, again, that's simple leadership, and that's what he's done, and that's why, again, when his team faces adversity, this is what we're used to seeing. A response.
Thanks to the ball boys there for cleaning up what was a massive beverage spill.
A lot of towels. More towels than my kids do.
Knicks now 22 for 22 from the line. The Knicks record for most without a miss is 26. That was set 20 years ago. As we're under a minute and a half. This is exactly what the basketball doctor ordered. Crowd loving it. Brunson. Vucevic the rebound. And Billy Donovan calls timeout with 1:12 remaining and a 15-point lead. This will be the first loss of the season for the Bulls after opening up 5-0. The last time they opened up a season 5-0, the Knicks were the team that handed them the first loss. Meanwhile, the Knicks will even things up at 3-3. Of course, we're going to have the Audi Knicks postgame coming up. We'll hear from Mike Brown. We'll hear from the Knicks players. We'll hear from Bill and Wally and Monica. Are you on the postgame too? Or are they giving you the night off?
I don't know. They haven't told me yet.
Just go home.
You think I should just leave? I don't think they'll miss me. I'm told I'll be in the locker room.
There you go.
Doing the usual post-game interviews. The happy recap. That'll be fun.
So this is the kind of, again, response you wanted to see. And as you pointed out, rotation shortened up a bit here. And Mike Brown's still finding out about the intangibles and the nuances of each player.
And what groups work, right? What works. And I found it significant. I'm not sure if you did, and correct me if I'm maybe being a little hyperbolic here, but Mike Brown finding last year's starting 5 as a closing group in this game was significant to me because he seemed resistant to it, wanting to play big, wanting to put Towns at the 4, but this was something that we know works.
And again, the Knicks 46 bench points. The most they had all of last season was 52. Nayland Terry misses that as Billy Donovan has emptied his bench here in the final minute. The three-point shooting was exquisite tonight, 20 of 42, and they had missed the last several. Well, both coaches to empty their benches. Mikal Bridges being the distributor. And Anunoby. And a 24-second violation. Anunoby will sit down with 21 points, 4 assists. Tyler Coet coming in. Mohamed Diawara coming in. Pacome Dadier coming in.
A lot of hustle points, a lot of hustle stats as I'm looking at the box score. 14 offensive rebounds for 17 second chance points. A lot of that, Josh Hart fingerprints all over that. Karl-Anthony Towns certainly as well. Led the team with 15 rebounds. Fast break points also 24, which is a big number for the Knicks as well. You know, playing with pace doesn't necessarily mean fast break, but we saw the Knicks get out a lot on breaks, especially off turnover.
Terry goes strong to the basket. Jalen Smith gets the rebound, kicks it back out. Patrick Williams still in the game with Javon Carter as well. And Terry drills the three. Bulls had 17 threes. And shot clock turned off. He'll just dribble it out. Knicks get a nice ovation after a terrific team effort, and they will remain perfect at home. Now 3-0 at Madison Square Garden. Get a little revenge after the loss to the Bulls in Chicago Friday. Respect between the coaches, and the Knicks can feel good. Still a lot of work to do, still a long way to go, but without question the most consistent performance of the young season. Time for our Audi electrifying play. He played really well tonight in a lot of different areas.
Played strong, didn't need to force, but played with force, especially on this dunk over Vucevic.
As we mentioned, the Knicks with 6 players in double figures, including 2 of them off the bench, Hart and Clarkson. Josh Giddey, another triple-double. And the Knicks are now 3-3 on the season. And the Chicago Bulls now 5-1 and 1-1 on the road. Small sample size. We've been saying it a lot. We do it every year. Small sample size too for the Bulls, but
Max wanted music. обернулась, воротилась.